Friends, welcome back in the series of lectures on chemistry of natural products. So, in the first lecture, we have seen some basic ideas, fundamentals related to natural products. Today, we are to start with chemistry of citral. The basic question with which we will begin is, what is citral? Citral is an unsaturated liquid. It is isomeric aldehyde and it has a formula C10H16O and it is constituent of various essential oils. It has a strong lemon odor. Citral is used as a flavor and for fortifying lemon oil. It also has a strong antimicrobial activity, that is qualities, and pheromonal effect in acarian insects. Citral is used in the synthesis of vitamin A, lycopene, ionone and methylenone to mask the smoke of the smell of the smoke. So, these are the general information. So, what is the natural source? Lemon verbena is the natural source. It is the natural source of citral, and in various citrus fruits it is also there. Citral C10H16O is also chemically 3,7-dimethyl 2,6-octane dinyl, that is a pale yellow liquid with a strong lemon odor that occurs in the essential oil of plants. We will see the nomenclature in the next slide, of course. So, here also there are two possible isomers. Actually, it is an aldehyde, therefore, Al is there. It is an aldehyde. Then 3,7-dimethyl at position, this is the CHO group is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So, this is substituted. So, at 3 and 7, at 3 position there is one methyl group, at 7 position there is one methyl group, 3,7-dimethyl, and it is octane dinyl. So, 8 carbons are there, and at position number 2 and at position number 6 there are double bonds. The aliphatic chain is 8 carbon and it is aldehyde. Okay. So, the name is there as per the IUPAC. Citral is a main component of citrus fruits peel oil. It is especially found in orange peel, the natural source. Chemically, citral is a mixture of two aldehydes. So, repeatedly I insist to convert this information into MCQ type questions. Citral is a mixture of two aldehydes that have same molecular formula but different structures. These are the two isomers. The trans isomer we call E isomer. The trans isomer E isomer is known as geraniol or citral A. Geraniol or citral A. The cis isomer, which is also Z isomer, is known as neryl or citral B. So, this is neryl or citral B. These are the two isomers. This is E isomer means trans isomer, this is Z isomer means cis isomer. They produce actually when they are oxidized, these CHO groups are converted into alcohol. So, when it becomes CH2H, it is one alcohol. When this becomes CH2H, it becomes another alcohol. They produce geranol and nerol respectively. Geranol and nerol respectively. Then we have to deal with constitution of citral, means structure of citral. The structure has to be explained or analyzed by systematic procedure. So, several steps are involved in the structure determination or constitution determination. I have shown the possible structures. Actually, in various forms the images are available. Actually, structure determination begins with the chemical formula. From analytical data and molecular weight determination methods, the molecular formula of citral is found to be C10H16O. So, remember that this is the molecular formula of citral, C10H16O. What is the concept of analytical data? Analytical data begins with, we carry on organic spotting. So, detection of elements, estimation of different elements, then calculation of percentage of different elements, then empirical formula, then molecular formula, then molecular weight. These steps are carried out, and these steps are collectively called as it is analytical data and molecular weight determination methods. So, from analytical data and molecular weight determination methods, the molecular formula is found to be C10H18O. Okay. Then in the structure of citral, we have seen unsaturation are there. So, just go through this structure. So, there is one unsaturation, there is another unsaturation. Okay. There is one aldehyde group. There are two double bonds. These are to be explained systematically in this analytical evidences series. Okay. So, presence of unsaturation. Presence of unsaturation is confirmed by bromination and reduction. See the sentence once again. Presence of unsaturation is confirmed or is analyzed, is investigated by bromination and reduction. Citral undergoes bromination, addition of bromine. If a compound undergoes addition, then it is unsaturated. Then in this case, the addition is carried out by using bromine in acetic acid, bromine CCl4. So, two bromine molecules are added, means 4 bromine atoms are added, and we get C10H16OBr4. We get a tetrabromo adduct. Subsequently, this can be converted into some other product. It consumes 2 molecules of hydrogen to form a tetrahydrocitral. So, like bromination, reduction is possible. The reduction is carried out by using palladium. So, in this bromination case, we add 2 molecules of bromine, that is 4 bromine atoms. Similarly, in reduction process also, we add 2 molecules of hydrogen, that is 4 atoms of hydrogen, and we get C10H20O. In this case, we get C10H16OBr4. So, it is a tetrabromo adduct, it is tetrahydroadduct. So, this means in case of citral, unsaturation is there, and this unsaturation, as it consumes 2 bromine molecules, that is 4 bromine atoms, or 2 hydrogen molecules or 4 hydrogen atoms, the unsaturation is of having 2 double bonds. Next, citral is an aldehyde. How we will explain? So, aldehyde is basically a carbonyl compound, it is a carbonyl group. So, initially you have to confirm its carbonyl presence of carbonyl group, and then in carbonyl we have to investigate whether it is aldehydic or ketonic. So, for getting idea related to carbonyl group, these 2 tests are carried out. Citral reacts with hydroxylamine and sodium bisulfite to form oxime and bisulfite respectively. This is an important reaction of carbonyl groups. All carbonyl groups like aldehyde and ketone, they undergo reaction with hydroxylamine to form oxime and sodium bisulfite addition product with sodium bisulfite. So, these reactions are shown by citral. Therefore, citral has a aldehydic carbonyl group. It is aldehyde which can be confirmed in next step. So, in this way oximes are formed. You have a carbonyl group, it will be aldehydic or ketonic. It reacts with a hydroxylamine and we get an oxime. So, formation of oxime indicates presence of aldehydic or ketonic group, and formation of bisulfite addition product also indicates presence of aldehyde or ketone, that is in general carbonyl group. Then once you have analyzed that it is having carbonyl group, then whether it is aldehydic or ketonic has to be determined. So, gentle oxidation of citral with moist Ag2O, mild oxidation by using moist Ag2O produces gyranic acid containing the same number of carbon atoms as that of the citral. This is very important because gyranic acid has cetane system and your starting material has also cetane system. C10H16O and C10H16O2, only one oxygen is added, that means there is addition of only one oxygen and aldehydic group is converted into acid. This indicates that the compound is aldehydic. Again there is one more test. On reduction by using Na amalgam, sodium amalgam in dilute acid, citral produces primary alcohol. C10H16O gives C10H18O. There is addition of 2 hydrogens H16 to convert it to H18, and this process of reduction gives you an alcohol, primary alcohol. These observations indicate that citral is an aldehyde. So, I will repeat once again. See, from this reaction, that is reaction with NH2OH and NaHSO3, we confirm that there is presence of carbonyl group. The carbonyl group is aldehyde is confirmed by two reactions. One is oxidation to get geranic acid containing same number of carbons, reduction having same number of carbons, but there is additional number of hydrogens. So, these two reactions confirm that the compound is having aldehyde group. So, from these analytical evidences, that is presence of two double bonds, then it has oxygen and that oxygen is considered for calibration purpose. So, what is calibration? Calibration is to get a molecular formula considering the observations. So, initially you have C10H16O, that is the molecular formula. Then there is a presence of two double bonds or 4 hydrogens and one oxygen, therefore 2 hydrogens. So, by considering this, we get a general formula C10H22. This indicates that this is CnH2n plus 2. So, it is a cyclic compound which is evident from this calibration data. Then let us see regarding the skeleton of citral. So, citral when heated with potassium hydrogen sulfate KHSO4, it is a known reaction. Potassium hydrogen sulfate gives paracymene. Paracymene is a known structure. The structure of this paracymene is known. So, citral when heated with KHSO4 gives paracymene. Paracymene is para isopropyl methyl benzene. This is isopropyl group and this is methyl group. So, para isopropyl methyl benzene. So, with citral by using KHSO4 by dehydration we get paracymene, indicating possibility of paracymene like structure in the structure of citral. Then there is one more evidence. Citral consumes 2 molecules of ozone during ozonolysis and forms a mixture of acetone, levylaldehyde and glyoxal. So, this is the formula for citral with KHSO4 and it is followed by ozonolysis. We get these 3 compounds, one is acetone, then levylaldehyde and glyoxal. So, you remember these products. Ozonolysis gives a mixture of acetone, levylaldehyde and glyoxal, and from these observations we can have this possible structure, okay, possible structure for citral. So, it is again confirmed by considering the position of double bond. Citral on treatment with sodium bisulfite forms a mixture of mono and disulfide addition product indicating presence of alpha beta unsaturated aldehyde. So, this is if it is alpha beta unsaturated aldehyde, then it will consume sodium bisulfite in this manner and you will get a disulfide product and a monosulfide product. Actually, in this case also we get a mixture. This shows that it has alpha beta unsaturation or alpha beta unsaturated aldehyde structure, and also there is a peak at 235 nanometers indicating presence of similar alpha beta unsaturated group. So, this confirms the position of double bond in the citral molecule. Then this is again confirmed by one more reaction. Citral on boiling with potassium carbonate forms 2 known compounds. What are these 2 known compounds? 6-methyl 5-hept 5-ene2-one, number 1, and acetaldehyde, indicating presence of unsaturation, and the unsaturation position is again confirmed. So, what is the structure of this compound? 6-methyl. So, when we begin from this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6-methyl, it is actually heptadine, because at actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 is the longest chain. Then at position number 5 and position number 2, at position number position number 2 there is ketonic group, and at position number 5 there is a double bond. So, this is the compound number 1 and we get acetaldehyde. Next, so by considering the position of double bond in citral from the series of analytical evidences and the data, two possible structures are there. One is structure called as Verlet structure, other is called as similar structure. So, these are the two possible structures, those were suggested by considering the information available. Out of these, the position of double bond is confirmed by oxidation with alkaline KMnO4 followed by chromic acid. So, this is citral molecule. With KMnO4 and chromic acid we get acetone, linoleic acid and oxalic acid. These structures, actually I have shown the bond breaking position of this cleavage leads to the formation of acetone, then this cleavage leads to the formation of oxalic acid and the remaining portion is levulinic acid, now compound number 2. Okay. So, the correct structure should be therefore given by Verlet. So, in this manner we begin with several analytical evidences starting from molecular formula and we reach to the Verlet structure which is correct structure, and from this structure the earlier products are confirmed, that is, this is the structure of gerianic acid, this is structure of geranol. These were the evidences suggested during the process of determination of constitution of citral by various methods. So, we will have a brief review once again. So, the isomers present are two, one is called as geranial, other is called as neryl. These are the two possible isomers. Then the molecular formula is C10H16O. Then citral undergoes bromination indicating presence of unsaturation, citral undergoes reduction indicating again presence of unsaturation. By considering the number of bromines consumed and number of hydrogens consumed, the unsaturation is of 2 double bonds. So, citral has 2 double bonds, so 4 atoms are consumed. Citral is aldehyde, it is confirmed by reaction between citral and hydroxylamine and sodium bisulfite. These are the reactions which are responsible for carbonyl group. Presence of carbonyl is confirmed by reaction with hydroxylamine and sodium bisulfite, and the difference in aldehydes and ketones is considered or is analyzed by considering the reaction of oxidation to gerianic acid and reduction to geraniol. Okay. Addition and reduction, oxidation and reduction confirms the presence of aldehydic group. Then calibration gives you the idea that it is a cyclic compound. Then the carbon skeleton is confirmed by reaction with KHSO4 which give paracymene, and it is the reaction of reaction with KHSO4 and ozonolysis which gives this mixture. So, this is the general structure which is possible, head to tail linkage is there. Finally, the position is confirmed by sodium bisulfite addition, we get a mixture of 2 products, and the position of double bond is confirmed by 2 reactions. One is reaction with potassium carbonate to get this compound, one ketone and one aldehyde, and therefore 2 possible structures are there. Out of these 2 possible structures, the correct structure is confirmed by the oxidation with KMnO4 followed by chromic acid, and we get these 3 structures. These structures confirm this Verlet structure as the correct structure for citral, and the several reactions which we discussed earlier can be explained by this structure suggested by Verlet. That means there are 2 double bonds, then there is one oxygen, it is this is of course acid, this is alcohol. So, formation of acid, formation of alcohol, presence of double bonds, their positions, everything can be explained with the help of this structure. So, with these analytical evidences we will stop here for determination of constitution of citral. Please go through and try to recollect the information properly. Thank you.